Just a second, because I sent him an email. Oops.
Okay. Yeah, we're live right now, Scott. So you're sending your collaborator Dan an email.
No. I sent it through. Facebook. I sent him a message, or I asked him a question. He's really big on Facebook Messenger. I am not,
Yeah.
and I've told him, Dan, I'll be
Quit
happy
doing
to
that.
talk to. No. I mean, I've told him I'll be happy to, but you got to remember, I'm not on here all the time like you guys are.
Yeah. Yeah, there's people that don't realize they've got a problem. They're on it all the time. Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying Dan has a problem. I'm just saying that's his. It seems to be his preferred method to
Yeah.
communicate, and I'm not. I mean, I am. One step out of all contact with human beings.
Well, you're trying to be me now. That's
Well, I
what's.
got crap to do. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I just finished. Did you see my last page of issue 7?
I did. Yeah. Yeah. It looks great. I mean, it's like it's got that dramatic kind of like. It's not a cliffhanger. It's just a nice
No,
little
it's got
splash page,
yeah. Well,
almost a splash page.
it's. I mean, I think I was working on this last week, and we can see
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
nice.
yeah. Now here's the thing: this girl that he's hugging was friends with his dad.
Uh huh.
Was like a contemporary of his father's, and so it's almost like so there's this weird kind of thing, and I don't know if Dan's on. I don't know if he's got some
Dan
kind of.
is on.
I don't know. I don't know if Dan needs to explain that. If I read too much into
I
it, but it's
message because that way I don't have to talk to people on the phone. I talk to Scott and a handful of others, but I try to avoid the phone with most everyone else.
I
Me
wasn't talking
too.
about the phone.
Hello.
I was talking about email. You won't email me. That's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I'm equally hard to get. I just don't check Fesson. I get on. Here's the problem. None of these guys, I think, have jobs. I come over work and they've been talking all day. Uh, anyway, I'm teasing. I'm sure he's gonna be like, I'm working. You son of a
I
whatever.
can email,
I
he
can't.
says.
Oh yeah, well yeah, because he works at home.
Mm-hmm.
I have a boss that likes to fire people.
For being on their
Actually,
phone.
well, that's really the thing. It's like I got to keep my staff off their phones. So if I'm
Yeah.
on the phone, we're all up a creek.
Yep.
The Actually, did I tell you my supervisor retired the other day?
You did, and you said something about
I now work directly under the
yeah,
president of the company. The owner
yeah.
call.
Good
I'm off
God,
work
y'all.
tomorrow. Yeah, the owner called me
Hmm.
and was asking me a bunch of questions
And
today.
that is a female, right?
Yes, yes.
See, right
And
away, right there, I'd start packing my bags anyway. I'd know that it wasn't going to work out.
very misogynistic of
Oh,
you, but
very misogynistic. Yeah, you bet.
that'll be fun.
So why are you making Emily and Frank's relationship weird? So that's a question from Dan.
Because I think Dan is a fan of oh God, Uh, what's the
Uh,
movie about the kid that falls in love with the old lady?
Brewster McCloud. No,
Bruce, what?
I said Brewster McCloud because Bud Cort's in it. What is the name of that movie? It's called.
It's
Oh,
his and her name,
yeah,
and it's
and I
got
can't come up with
and
it.
the freaking uh, soundtrack is so annoying.
It's Cat Stevens, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, one of them hippie.
Yeah, it's like, wait a moment, that guy's a Muslim. I don't want to listen to that. I'm just
Well,
kidding. I'm kidding again. I can't help
I
myself.
did not say that.
I know it.
You would get fired.
Yeah, I know it.
They'd fire you with cause.
Yep, they would.
Like you've never been fired before.
Oh, my battery's low. See, I was gonna switch to this today. It's an awful drawing anyway, but I'll let this sit over here and be charging up.
Yeah.
Here's the deal.
What is that movie? What's the name of the movie?
It's called, I'll think of it. It's called Harold and Maude.
Harold and Maude. There you go. It's a very Harold and Maude situation.
There is no romance between them. Here's the deal.
Yeah.
Can I get a link to join you guys? If so, I will explain. You can surely have a link. Let's see. Do I have your email?
No. Yeah, I'm kidding. You can send it to him.
I like that. Now that came from the heart. I could tell. And then you thought about it. I said, no.
Yeah, let him explain himself. Because I was
okay.
He won't get on now. Yeah, he will. Yes, I know he will because he's kind of a ham. I mean,
well, yeah, he's fun to talk to.
This is okay.
We've had him on him twice, a couple times.
I love Dan. I love Dan.
Yeah. But it'll be better than having to look over and send the
what?
It'll be better than sending the communications through the clicking on them.
Yeah.
Be less distracting.
Yes.
He should be here any moment. I sent him the link.
At
least on the Dan Johnson email I had. Who knows how many of them I've got?
Is it dangerousdan@gmail.com?
Let me see what I sent. I sent to Dan.
Don't read
I'm not. Yeah. I'm glad you said that. I probably would have said it.
I mean, not that who's going to email him, you or me? I mean, we both clearly have his email.
Yeah. It should come through for him.
I'm doing a cover, and I'm curious what Dan has to say for himself.
I had a really fun experience on. I am not seeing it.
Uh-oh. Hang on. If I send it, I'll have to get off.
Well, it's all right. Dan, is it a Hotmail address?
I believe so. Is it Hotmail, Dan? Yes. Of course it is. Only thing worse is my AOL address that I still have.
Yes, he says yes. Wow, okay. You got that message quicker than I did, huh? Yeah, I've got a Hotmail.
No, you read it. You read it, but I thought his email was a Hotmail.
Uh-huh. Well, it says it's sent, Dan. Maybe
gotta refresh.
Refresh or do something.
Dan lives in the sticks. His internet is slow. Actually, he works online. He probably has faster internet than both of us.
That is correct, Dan. It is your full name. Now everybody knows your email. I hope that didn't bother you. No, I don't think. I think you've got a couple of extra characters in there somewhere. Let me double check that. Yeah. Well, they have to know your full name.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's his middle name that's in there.
Yeah.
His real name, Dan Johnson, is a pseudonym.
Dan Hieronymus Johnson.
Did you spell Hieronymus wrong?
I think that's it.
Actually, his middle name is Muhammad.
Muhammad Johnson.
Muhammad Johnson.
Dan is now part of the show.
Hey, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Where's your camera?
He doesn't need a camera.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan. What's what are you what's your feeling about being?
I'm not properly dressed, so.
Okay, that's good.
That's good. I told you he works at home. He's never properly dressed.
At this point in my life, I can't see any point in ever dressing in anything but pajamas. So
Well, you leave the house, don't you?
Well,
yeah, oh yeah, I do. I go to the park and I walk.
But you don't wear pajamas to the grocery store, do you?
No, I'm not. I'm not
Okay.
a guy. I'm wearing the same clothes I just walked in the park in.
I am wearing the same clothes I wore to work in. Wore to work. Oh no, I put a t-shirt on. I try and wear a collared shirt to work because I am a professional.
Well, Scott Adams always used to crack me up. My bet would be he never got out of pajamas all day long.
Oh yeah. Okay, so Dan's on, right? He's
I'm
I
on.
think I think so.
He's on. He said something. Did you get my? Can I show the cover on social media? The one.
Yeah, I guess so. Mike didn't say anything about us not showing it, so I guess it's good.
Okay.
Uh,
Because I thought it looked really awesome until some
No, it did.
some dillweed put AI to it.
I did it. I put AI to it. It immediately
Oh, okay.
became James Bama is what I did to it.
I know it's signed at James Bama. Like,
Yeah, it's like, oh, if you want James
Did
Bama,
you-
I'll
was
just go ahead and
James-
sign it.
Was James Bama in the?
He's part of
prompt?
my prompts. Yes,
Oh,
we've
okay.
had quite a bit of communication. I've got Robert McGinnis and James Bama as my prompts.
Well, it was fine, but I actually thought the original looked a lot better.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding. I'm not.
You're just goofing around. I know.
Oh, that's all I do anymore
Okay,
with that AI. In fact,
okay.
I've got an essay written that I'll be
About AI?
given to the world. Yeah, about AI. Yes, on my YouTube channel shortly, probably within the week.
So it's funny because my cousin Mario was talking to me about AI, and he was asking my thoughts, and my thoughts were, I'm too old. I'm too apathetic and tired to care too much. You know? But I don't want any part of our comic being AI, because one thing, I think it would stigmatize us.
Yo. Now you guys are going to have to wait it out. You don't want to jump in and do any big AI
No.
production at this point.
However, I am not opposed to writing that vampire romance as an AI under a pseudonym.
Right.
My pseudonym, Scott Muhammad.
Oh, well, that is to me the most miraculous part of it. Like I say, I did that. Oh, it probably took me an hour to write about 3.5 pages last night of that essay. And of course, it's super rough. And so I scanned it, and so I could get text to further edit it. And then, Gemini goes, well, you mentioned there in your notes about me doing a couple of passes at rewriting it. I say, go to it. And by golly, yeah, I'll be using a lot of it. Because it's not like I wasn't just throwing it up against the wall and it was extremely rough. Some of what they did is good stuff.
Well, I ran the script through for issue 8, or not issue 8, the Tomorrow Girl thing, and it spit. I showed you that, Ellis, the Ditko.
Yes.
And it doesn't look good. It would not pass, but it was kind of weird how it gives you. I think it's not completely useless either.
No, it's not. No, you could get a lot of nice simplification notions about exactly how to stage a scene from having them take a pass with that extremely open, clean looking.
That kind of Ditko look. I think I sent that to you, Dan. I didn't send it to the guys because I didn't think I was using AI.
Yeah.
So Dan, do you want to explain about the Harold and Maude relationship between Frank and Emily?
Dude, why are you making it weird, man? It's not weird. Well, no. Okay. Well, I'm going to do this, and for anybody listening, you're going to get an exclusive that we're not really going to cover until much later in the series, but just for clarification, so you don't think it's some kind of weird. Well, okay, I will admit, when I was a much younger man, I did have the whole fetish of older women type of thing. So I will admit that, but as I've gotten older, it's subsided, since older for me is like 80.
Right.
Yeah.
You've grown into older women. You have not outgrown them. You've caught up with them.
They've surpassed me. So, all right. But anyway, no. This is the deal. This is the deal. Emily has only loved one man in her entire life, and that was Frank's dad.
Okay. Which was not really a thing, right? I mean, or was it?
It was an unrequited love. It was one of those things where it's like she loved him, she admired him, and I actually had an idea for a sequel. At one point, I actually thought about killing Emily off later in the series, and I wanted this truth moment where she told Frank, you know, when you first came home from the hospital, I hated you. I hated you because you were the son that I was never going to have with your dad, but I grew to love you as my own son over time because you were the last vestige of your dad. You were the last part of your dad still in this world. If you notice, so far Frank has he survived a fire at the warehouse.
Yeah.
He survived the encounter with FaZe and his crew when they first met.
Yeah.
Now, this is the first time that Frank's actually going to go off and face a supervillain for the very first time. This is the first time that Emily knows he's going to go into danger. And she is... I actually was debating about a scene where she tells him she's going to quit, that she's going to do this one more time, and then after that she's out. This is basically her sending her adopted son off to war, knowing that he may not come back.
Mm-hmm.
And Emily is not an affectionate person. You're not going to see her being a hugger. She's not a touchy-feely person. So for her to actually hug Frank at the end of that story is huge because that's the first time you're really going to see how much she cares about this guy. Because this is her son. Basically, she's known this kid since he's been a baby. And
I gave it my best shot. I gave it everything I could, Dan.
Okay.
I tried to make it look as heartfelt as possible.
You know, I had a scene like that where I had a kid or a dad being reunited with his kid, and he's on his knees and he's hugging the kid, and I thought, boy, this is challenging stuff. You know, it's got to be, it's got to come through, and I was always as happy with that as any little piece of art I did. It was like, it does have an emotional impact, and that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that looks pretty good.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. I like what you know, your notions about her eye expressions. Yeah.
Yeah. I figured if you could see it, if I can get it for the camera.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You know.
No, it does look like he's copping her ass, but other than that, I mean, you know,
that's she's got a high ass then. His hand is above waist level.
If you say so, Scott. I mean, I'm just saying, man. You
see, Dan's trying to turn it around on me.
So, as you've seen, it really kind of surprises me that you've even seen Harold and Maude. It's who directed it?
Who?
The guy that directed Freebie and the Bean.
Oh, really?
Yes. Richard Rush, the guy that did it, also the stuntman. We saw Freebie and the Bean one night, and I guess it was you, wasn't it, Scott, that said, "Don't ever get that movie close to me again," or something like that.
You know what's funny?
Yeah, go ahead.
It was on TCM recently, and I actually considered watching it. Going, maybe I owe Ellis that I should watch this again.
Well, I didn't think it was all that great because it was just so all over the place. It's like, what does this movie want to be anyway?
Yeah.
It's like,
are you talking about Freebie and the Bean or
Freebie and the Bean?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he hits it with Harold and Maude. It's a cool little character, beard of weirdness,
Oh yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah. I can't take that Cat Stevens soundtrack though.
Oh yeah,
holy cow! But
plus they amp it up so much. It's like it's all of a sudden, all that.
Well, I always thought with Harold and Maude, it wasn't so much about a sexual relationship or a romantic relationship.
No,
it's more about a connection. It's about the human connection that this kid has with Maude.
Yeah, it was an outsider kind of connection kind of thing. It was just, they were both into funerals, and they're both weirdos, and they no apologies for it, and
it's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful story because it's that whole idea that you can be 80 years old and make a connection with somebody who's 20. And again, people get focused more on the whole idea about, oh, you're in love with them, or it's going to be a romantic thing. So you just have a human connection with somebody.
Yes, right.
And that's the beautiful thing about it. There's a great anime short called Garden of Words. If you ever get a chance to see it, I highly recommend it. Okay. And it gets a lot of flack because the main characters are a kid who's 15 years old, who is a high school student who skips class on rainy days. He ends up being in the park, and it turns out to be the woman is a teacher at the school that he's at that's been harassed by some of her students. And people are like, "Oh, it's a sick cold thing about the teacher seducing the man." It's not. It's basically a story about these two isolated souls that get a chance to make a human connection together. And I always tell people one of the things I love about this anime short is there's a wonderful scene at the end where all the emotions that this woman has been holding in finally come out, and it's not sexual, it's not romantic. It's just these pent-up emotions that she's been dealing with, all this pressure. And there's a wonderful scene where I tell people that if you've ever seen Sitting on Edge Forever, Kirk has this wonderful scene where he's talking to Edith Keeler about the novel he has written, where a writer is going to suggest 3 words that are more important than I love you, which is let me help. I say Garden of Words has 3 words that are more important than I love you that she says to this kid, which is you saved me.
Oh, yeah.
And again, it's this wonderful connection. Now with Emily, the thing with Emily is, like I said, she was Frank's dad's closest confidant.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Frank's dad was one of those guys that he never thought about romance. It was always about the next project. It was always about the next thing. And I don't know how much we'll get into it, but I always envisioned with Frank's dad, Frank's mom was going to be like a little bit younger than he was, and it was one of those things where it's like all of a sudden he comes into his life, and Emily saw her and was like, well, she's got to be a gold digger. She's this, she's gorgeous, and she's obviously after Jackson for his money, and then she starts to talk to her and realizes she's actually a very sweet person. She's very simple, but she's a very sweet person, and she brings out a side of Frank's dad that she never could.
Oh, yeah. So how old is Emily compared to Frank?
Generationally, 20 years probably.
I was going to say, Emily would have been about, I was going to say Emily was probably about 35 when Frank lost his hearing. So that's about maybe 13 years. So she'd probably be, I think she's probably pushing 50 right now.
There you go.
Okay. I'm working on the cover to, what is this, 4? Issue 4?
Oh, yeah. Well, Phase, yeah.
With Phase, yeah. This is the wall, and my Phase coming out of there. Yeah. Anyway. So, Dan, how are things going? How's work going?
Right now, I actually have not been able to do any work since Tuesday. I woke up on Tuesday morning. Well, I woke up on Tuesday morning, and our online system was totally messed up. So,
oh gosh, aren't you guys really busy right now?
Well, our group is okay because we weren't getting a lot of papers in at this time, not as much as the other grades were. So we're actually doing a little bit better in that regard. But it is, I can imagine when the work gets in there, it's going to start backing up. So, but
yeah.
Basically, I've just been spending the day checking every few hours just to see if I can get in or not, and taking care of whatever work is available. So, the thing is, we don't get it resolved by tomorrow. I'm imagining I've got the weekend free. So,
yeah, there you go. I mean, not that you want it. I mean, you'd probably like to be working.
Well, I need to check on that because I think I get paid whether or not I'm online or not because I'm having to check the system to make sure. I'll have to double check it, but yeah, I've been working on a script for Dan Gorman. It's another Tomorrow Girl story with his character Akron Knight.
What?
Oh, dude, I got
You're working with somebody else.
I'm cheating on you. Well,
Of course.
the way you trash talk me, dude, of
No.
course I'm going to go cheating on you. Dan Gorman doesn't talk bad about me behind my back. He makes me feel like a man. That sounded a lot less gay in my head.
Wait a minute. Yeah, I'd watch that.
That's not
and your podcast was like what? One of the top 100 comic book podcasts.
Cool.
Right?
Oh,
Is that
man.
right?
It was, and the weird thing about it is that I feel kind of bad. I feel weird about it because I just came in on this. I'm like,
Don't feel weird.
Well, no, it's like the Yankees won the World Series, and I just got called up to the major leagues like 2 minutes before they won the last game of the World Series.
Well,
I tell you what, that could be really big for you, Dan. You are a trivia guy. You've had a life of connections, and people are interested in that stuff. This could be your big deal.
Well, I've talked to the guys about that I need to dial back a little bit because of Black Cricket doing so well. So we had that letter page that Mike let me share, which we had some very nice praise for Black Cricket.
Excellent. God, it makes me happy that you guys are getting some traction with all the hard work.
Well, and I think, knock on wood, if that Tomorrow Girl story with the crossover goes off well, I think that'll help.
It will. I think it will.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with how the Tomorrow Girl story turned out because I was able to put some nice anime Easter eggs in there, and worked out pretty good, I think.
You know, without people give LARPers a hard time and stuff like that, but without society and connection on stuff like comics, the first impulse of those early comic books was to say, let's put out a fanzine. I want to talk to other people that dig this stuff. You know, and it's like that's the best part of being a fan of this kind of media is like there's other people out there that like it too, and doesn't even have to be a special like retarded twin secret language. It's like it is your own language though.
No, as I was telling somebody just the other day, yeah.
That language uses all clicks. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, no, Kirby's better than that.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say on the air. That was very rude to me. I apologize. Now it's out to cover looking, Scott. What do we got here?
I've got the cricket.
These are rough.
Yeah, it's still pretty rough. But and then Faye, as requested, Faze is coming out of the wall.
Actually, I think we did that for the pinup. I actually had an idea for the cover. If I can run it by you.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
What do you think about an image of Black Cricket looking at the reader and Faye standing behind him, passing his hand to his chest, the palm out?
I'm thinking. That's me thinking, humming.
The caption can be "Touched by Death."
Ooh.
Phase, yes, a touch of death.
I can see it.
That's the thing. Scott doesn't like my puns for the covers. So
No, I don't like puns on the covers.
they're good.
Yeah, Forey Ackerman. I was just reading something about Forey Ackerman writing a letter to Edgar Rice Burroughs and getting a reply. In fact, I right-click saved the reply. Edgar Rice Burroughs telling Forey, "You're a good kid," basically. Thanks for.
I'm just saying the people come for the puns. We want to give them the puns. People love the puns. Pound for pound, puns are your best entertainment value. If you can't be with the pun you love the pun you're with.
I'm gonna flip this page over and mess with it. Then if I can't save it, I can flip the page back over, rather than erase.
You want me to have Genesis help?
No.
I'm just kidding.
And it would be Gemini.
Gemini, that's right. Have I been saying Genesis? I bet I have.
No, I would have corrected you earlier.
Okay. Genesis is what Kirk was having to deal with.
I was gonna say that was Star Trek.
Yeah, Star Trek.
Genesis Planet Forbidden. Of course, I also think Genesis. I also think the Phil Collins band from the '80s. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which leads us in the land of confusion.
Yes.
I saw there was a big firestorm right now. People argue about anything on X, and they're arguing about how conservative David Lynch was. There's this one group saying, "Oh, Lynch would have hated all you conservatives," and then there's this guy firing back, showing actual Lynch, notions about, liking very conservative stuff, and the point was that there's some quote about some famous communist guy that said, "Be like the bourgeoisie, have a regulated life, and then just unleash your inner freak because you are well grounded. Use that as your strength and." The fact that you're living like the middle class, and they were making that point. Lynch loved to go to have his chocolate shake every day at Big Boys, and it's like you can't claim to be a big freak if everything you do is super normal.
Yes.
Well, I remember seeing that article they wrote about Chuck Norris when he died. Variety did this whole thing about.
Oh yeah, they were after him for so many weird reasons. Yeah.
The thing about it was when Rob Reiner died, they didn't say anything about his politics, and he was he was more vocal politically than Norris was. That's the thing about him. Like, if anybody's going to be, if you're going to use that for anybody, it'd be Reiner. But at the same time, too, I'm also like Reiner's political views were. They didn't align with mine, but at the same time too, I can also admit the fact the guy was a heck of a director. I mean, he made
yeah. Princess Bride, Stand by Me,
Few Good
Men,
Men,
a lot of good ones. What was that?
A Few Good Men.
Oh yeah,
Misery. I mean, the guy, he was a heck of a director. He was really good, and he was a great storyteller.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I'm sorry, but regardless of your political take, when your own child kills you, that's a tragedy. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, and all that is, it's like that kid was just basically body snatched by the big problem of our times. There's these doggone drugs out there that.
Oh yeah.
They need to have a pill you can take that makes you just. Puke your guts up if you ever even try to touch the drug again, Yeah. And they have something a little bit like that for alcohol, where it will make you ill for a time.
I think that's kind of how methadone works.
Oh, is that really how that works? Okay.
I think so. I think I could be mistaken.
Of course, the guys you're trying to convince to use it are they're kind of happy with their drug. It's like, I don't want to throw up when I smoke my meth.
Also, too, I think it also proves that you can come from like this really wealthy background and this.
Oh yeah, it touches everybody.
Yeah, that money is not going to protect you from having a messed up life.
Yeah, no, not at all.
No.
But no, the whole Norris thing, I was like, well, I think Norris even mentioned that he was a registered Democrat for years, and he didn't change views recently.
Yeah, and Trump was a Democrat through and through, if you really think about it. You just have to move the needle back in time. He's still a Democrat.
Oh yeah.
As far as from my perspective,
Oh yeah, he's not. He's certainly not fiscally conservative.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I think a lot of people these days they say Republican like it's a dirty word, and
right.
I think they think Republicans like 50 years ago or 40 years ago, but I think Republicans have actually gotten more progressive than people like.
Oh yeah, they've had to. They've moved the needle so many times on things. I was just reading I was listening to a Bosch audio book, and one of Bosch's most memorable busts when he was just starting out as a badge, was busting a guy that was selling pot at a schoolyard. But then he kept track of that kid throughout his years and realized that he set that guy on a course of recidivism, of just being out of jail for his entire life. And he realized 50 years ago it was now, and of course it's now legal. What he had busted the guy for was now legal, and it had ruined his life. The bust.
Oh, it ruined the guys? Oh.
Pretty much, he imagined it did, that he had a very important hand in ruining that life.
There was a guy that grew up down the street from me. He's a couple of years older than me, and he got busted for selling marijuana, and he ended up dying in prison.
I tell you what, back in the day, you could go to the Texas prison, which had daily headlines about prisoners dying, from misadventures inside the walls. That's the
yeah.
It's just the fact of life in there.
But no, I think society has changed. I think people have gotten more open to ideas. I mean, I always hear my friends who are more liberal talking about how Republicans aren't accepting of gays and lesbians, and I'm like, are you sure about that? Because I've got friends who are conservative that have children that are gay, and they love their kids as much as anything. It's just.
Have you seen our news today? It's viral everywhere, and it's Oklahoma news. We've got this lawyer that is trans, apparently.
I saw the video. Yeah, I saw that. That was.
Wait, I haven't seen it. What's that?
It makes a big deal about it. Oh, it's this lawyer that is mouthing off to the face of a judge, and you just don't do that as a lawyer. You say, "Yes, Judge," and he is just giving her hell and talking over her and all that. You just can't do that to a judge. You can be an idiot defendant and maybe do it, but you can't claim to be a lawyer and behave like you don't understand that you don't talk over a judge and give them all kinds of lip. So, and he didn't have to resist either. That's the deal. That's the fun part, is he decided, I'm going to resist every inch of this, and got into quite a scuffle. One guy trying to knee him in the liver. It was a great little fight. It's like, well, they're really roughing up that girl. No, he's not. And of course, he's not dressed at all like a girl either, even if he's claiming to be trans. And man.
They said he had like the top surgery, so he had the breast removed, and he's had the testosterone where he's got facial hair.
Yeah,
and he's dressed like a guy, and except for talking a little bit louder, a little bit higher voice, you would think the guy.
Yeah. He was, but it just hilariously grotesque in terms of like behavior.
The ironic part is when the male officers are tackling him, they start screaming, "I want a female guard! I want a female guard!"
Yes, that's what he started yelling. Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. If you want to be a man, you live by the men's rules, and the men's rules is you get male guards. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and if you resist, you get your butt kicked.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, that's the thing. You got to wonder if he didn't have it all plotted out in his head of everything he can come back with a lawsuit. That basically this is almost like a slip and fall kind of routine of like, I'm gonna get a little something out of this later. Of course, it's not if he represents himself.
Apparently not, right?
Because that guy, he doesn't understand how it works.
I wanted to see their client's face, because I'm very sure the client was just sitting there going, "I want a new lawyer."
I think he may have been representing his former wife, which is weird.
They do not represent me. Yeah.
Yeah. Or was he a public defender?
No, he wasn't. He was there for something, and he was trying to get his client, whoever it was, the ability to phone it in. And that was what the big conflict was.
Oh,
that
that's
she
right.
should have she should have been there. Whoever it was that wanted to testify and get the action covered, she should have been there in person, but she wasn't.
Now, of course, the good thing about it is their client can probably claim insanity because, of course, I'm crazy. I heard you as my lawyer. Does that not tell you how crazy I am?
Well, it cracked me up, the idea that you would scream in a high-pitched voice in a machine gun fashion, "I can't breathe." You're doing a lot of You're doing a lot of breathing, bellowing like that.
Yeah, you're breathing if you're bellowing like that.
The thing is, it took like 4 minutes for everything to go south. I mean, the judge gave them plenty of opportunities to walk it back and walk away, and they just kept pushing and pushing and pushing.
Yeah. He was after some sort of satisfaction that day. I don't know. Well, of course, he was already a frustrated guy. And so his temperature had already risen up. The fact he wasn't getting what he wanted in terms of like the telephone call and all that.
It was pretty. It's a dude. Scott, if you haven't seen it, man, it's
I saw it. I saw it a couple of days ago.
Oh, I thought it was more new than that. Okay.
I did not realize it happened in Oklahoma.
Yeah. It's an Okie.
Yay.
It's an Oklahoma thing. You wouldn't understand. I wouldn't understand.
Somewhere out in the Indian, it had an Indian, reservation name. I've got Killers of the Flower Moon in there. I have to watch 1.5 segments more of What We Do in the Shadows, season 1, and then I'll turn to the latest Scorsese bit.
I have, from the library, I watched 3 the Hard Way the other day.
Ooh, 3 the Hard Way.
Yep, library has it. It's pretty good. There's a book called, I think it's called a movie called We Live at the Mall. It's a documentary about a group that lived in a mall somewhere.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I think that'll be interesting. I've had that for a while, and I've got The Trial, the Orson Welles.
Oh, that's really well shot. Man,
yeah,
that's a gorgeous looking film. I can watch it just for that.
I also have The Trial. What's the other thing I got? Can't remember what else I got. I got something the other day.
I've had that super up for who knows how long. Dan, wonderful.
Oh yeah. Okay, Dan.
That's the mark of a professional. Just leave a super up.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. I was resistant because it doesn't have the whole figure on the thing on the cover.
Got to make that hand about 4 times bigger.
Why would his hand coming through his chest be bigger than his hand there?
Because no, it's thrust through him. It's got that much closer, and the lens. That's
4 times bigger.
Yeah, well, maybe not 4 times.
Maybe not 4 times bigger.
Double anyway.
I may make it a little bit bigger.
Okay.
Can I make one more suggestion?
No.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No. Make it.
Well, what I was going to say was, put it a little bit to your left, and let me see where Phase is at. Okay, what if we have Phase partially through the wall? Okay, cool. That was my one suggestion.
Yeah, I'll have to figure out exactly where he's at. He'd be leaning forward.
That's where you talk to Gemini. I'm just kidding. I can't help it.
This is why Ellis has not drawn any comic book ever. He
then
doesn't have the stamina. He doesn't have the stamina.
Maybe we can have his left leg protruding out of the wall too, so it's like he's rushing towards Black Cricket.
We'll see.
Can I share with Ellis the plan you shot down for the April Fool's Day joke?
Sure.
I thought it's got to be funny if we made an announcement that we were bickering and we decided we're going to part ways, but we're going to do like a Mike Barron, Steve Rude thing where I write next to stories, and he draws Black Cricket stories. But what we're going to do is I'm going to use AI to do the artwork for my Black Cricket strips, and he's going to use AI to do his scripts for Black Cricket.
His scripts. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sure.
But
The problem is Ellis doesn't realize you're talking about this is a joke. Ellis thinks it's a great idea.
I can see it evolving into.
I can see why you would want to do that.
Do
that
that.
would be great. Why do you guys even talk?
Sounds like the evolution.
Well, Scott did point out that we are dealing with a bunch of artists, and yeah, if you even joke,
it would not. Yeah, it wouldn't be a good joke. It would backfire. It would kill us with Yeet. I guarantee you that.
Mm-hmm.
I kid with Scott a lot, but he does keep me from pulling my more jackass ideas.
Yeah, well, I mean, I am.
Well, that's the deal. Yeah,
at work.
I do need to keep her. I do need to keep her every now and then, and I do take the Godzilla defense of. In my defense, I was left unsupervised. So
yeah, that's the problem. You need a woman or a wife.
Dude, I told you I'm going to wait another 20 years. And after the female bride, mail order bride is born, I'll pick her up when she's 18. I'll wait another 20 years or so.
What are you, Woody Allen? You gonna adopt her too?
Well, actually, Scott, as I told you before when we were discussing movies, that's the general idea. Well, no, it's just that's good.
Honestly, can you do Woody Allen?
I just heard him do Woody Allen.
Oh.
I could do Woody Allen, but again, I'm not an 18-year-old Asian girl, so I can't do Woody Allen.
Have you ever seen that's pretty good. Have you ever seen Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas do Woody Allen and Bob Hope?
Yeah, oh God, that's hilarious.
Off of each other.
I guess I haven't.
It's pretty funny. Dave Thomas, he is playing Bob Hope. Says, "So you hang by a bar." I can't do Bob Hope, but the idea is that Bob Hope has this thing. He absolutely thinks his long life is based on the fact that he hangs from a bar, and Woody Allen finds out about that and works it into the conversation because he absolutely loves Bob Hope in this universe. He absolutely adores Bob Hope. I don't know his actual feelings about him, but it was a pretty funny concept.
But don't you hang by a bar, Ellis?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, and it is working pretty good for keeping the Grim Reaper at bay right now.
Ellis, you're doing like the Michael Keaton from Batman thing where you're upside down all day, or?
No, not me. That upside down, that almost got me in trouble. I was trying to, when I had sciatica, I was trying to think about radical ways to, and Scott Adams, of all people, what he was actually suffering from was cancer, of course, why his lower extremities were hurting, but he didn't know it at the time. And he bought one of those inversion tables.
Oh, yeah.
And he was saying, "Hey, this is working." He was announcing that he bought two and gave one away, and says, "Well, I got, so for myself, I was trying to figure out ways to invert myself. I learned
without buying a table.
Without buying a table.
Oh,
I learned an old man ought to not turn himself upside down too suddenly. Let me tell you, I think I about stroked out.
Oh, God.
It was close.
My uncle has one of those aversion tables, and they're kind of neat, but here's what you may not realize. They're made so you hook yourself up to them, and you lean backwards, and they
gradually
lay you back, and when you're ready, they're balanced in a way that you just lean forward, and it'll pull you back to your feet.
Yeah,
I don't know what you were doing or how you intended to get out of it.
I basically used those rings to walk up the wall and get upside down.
Oh, gosh. You're looking
and
at
of course,
your head.
Yeah, I got real lucky in terms of like not passing out.
Well, I'm glad you didn't pass out, Ellis.
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
It's less than a year ago because Scott Adams, it was only about a year ago, or less than a year ago. I think it was May of this year that Scott discovered he had
Hang
the
on.
cancer.
It was not May of this year.
No, it wasn't.
May of
I'm
this
thinking
year
May of
hasn't
last
happened.
year.
May of
May
25.
of last
Okay.
year.
I was
Yeah.
like, May of this year hadn't happened yet.
So it has been almost a full year. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I knew what you were talking about, Ellis.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Let's not pick on you. I knew what you were talking about.
Yeah.
No,
Scott
Ellis.
is in a irascible, or is that the word I want?
I'm always in an irascible mood.
I'm gonna see if
That's cool, dude. No, to answer your question, I am not opposed to getting a woman or eventually getting into a relationship. It's just I gotta find one that's willing to put up with my nonsense. I got too much nonsense going on, and I don't know if I got a woman that would put up with it or not.
That's why it helps to marry young.
I think that's the point, is that the nonsense ends when you get a woman. That's the deal. I guess that is part of what makes the lifespan a little longer.
If you're married.
The nonsense ends, yeah, to some extent. You aren't messing around in your workout room, inverting yourself. In other words.
No, I'm not gonna stroke out from going upside down.
Yeah.
But no,
what are you doing in there? Quit.
Well, or you have someone to call 911.
Take the trash out.
You know, we had a friend whose appendix ruptured, and he lived alone, and yeah, I mean, if it hadn't been for his coworkers, he worked at home.
That's right.
And if it hadn't been for his coworkers, he'd probably been dead, because he was, they were like, God, where's he at? I won't say his name. And one of them went by his house, and the neighbor was there, and the neighbor happened to have a key, and they went in and checked, and it's like, oh my gosh, he was out of it.
And the deal is, this friend of ours, he didn't even remember that.
No, he doesn't remember anything about this. He was so out of it.
He was so close to death that he was just down and out.
Yeah, he was very fortunate to be alive. I know a guy that has appendix rupture, and he went to the hospital immediately, and he about died.
Mm-hmm. You don't get much of a leeway on that stuff.
No, well, my wife Michelle, she went one Saturday. We went to bed, and she was going, "Man, my stomach is really not feeling well." And we didn't think a whole lot of it, because we'd gone to an international dinner, had food from all around the world, and I was like, "Well, you just ate something crazy." And the next morning, she got up, and she still didn't feel good. But as soon as she got up, she fell back in bed and woke me up immediately. And I go, "Are you okay?" And Michelle goes, "I'm so dizzy." And I said, "Are you okay?" And she goes, "I don't know." And I said, "Let me hop in the shower and get dressed real quick." And she goes, "I'm going to call her." I said, "Why don't you?" I was going to take her to like an urgent care in the ER. Well, she got on her insurance, and they had Teldoc, and they asked her a few questions. She did a video thing with them, and of course they misdiagnosed it. But part of it was, you should get this checked out. This could be serious. You need to get it checked out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, her appendix was inflamed. And if we'd have waited much longer, a couple days, who knows,
I'm talking all about Gemini, and I'm sorry. That really it just shows you, man, where that sort of thing is. I can't even imagine how that feels to.
Wait,
I'm just revealing my brain just completely left the scene, and now I'm trying to say, yeah, I listened to everything you said. I am so sorry. That is so gross.
Wait, what were you? Wait, where were you going? You were talking about Gemini, and you said, "I can imagine how it feels," or something, and then you kind of.
I don't even know what I was thinking with the actual thought that I was thinking instead of listening to you.
Oh,
that is awful. That is really bad. I'm sorry.
You're not.
I
You're not,
guess
you live
because I
alone. You're
already
not
knew
used to
the
human
story.
interaction.
Yeah. I'm really getting bad.
Oh no.
I think I need
No.
to get that mail order bride earlier than I anticipated. So
Maybe so.
Yeah.
You know,
You know what? I was talking about human interactions. I was seeing where on the human interactions that are going on between uh, Van Sciver and former people that he had little hot wars going on with. You know, what do you call that when you've got a little
like a
spat?
Air July and Ripperverse and Chuck Dixon.
Yeah. He wants to make up and say, let's all be. But I think what he wants them all to do is say, let's all just call it Comics Gate. You know, I don't think anybody's going for that, but he is in a reconciliation kind of mode.
Well, that's one thing I wanted to ask you guys your opinions on. Do you guys see that video Dan Slott made where he was like basically begging people to buy the new Spider-Man comic book?
No. I didn't.
Slott's doing Spider-Man Brand New Day, and I don't know. It sounds like it's tied into the movie per se. I think they're just kind of capitalizing off the name. But he basically got on there and was like, okay, what I need you guys to do is go out there and you're going to buy issue 1, but I need you to buy issue number 2 and issue number 3. Because if you guys don't buy issue 2 and 3, there won't be an issue 6. They'll cancel after 5. And I'm just like, dude, 10 years ago, weren't you the guy that basically said, you know, screw the fans, I'm not, you know, I don't need the fans.
I was going to say, I don't have a problem with him saying that. I think they should. I think comic creators should kind of ask the fans, hey, you know, I hope you'll support it. You know, I hope you'll buy issue 1 and try it out. I hope you'll at least give it a couple issues. That sort of thing. I don't have a problem with that. But yeah, a little disingenuous coming from some of the people, but, you know, excuse me.
I thought it was, if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book.
Well,
Yeah.
that was definitely, I can't think, Matt Fraction's wife, whatever her name is.
Yeah,
Not Gail Simone.
Kelly Sue DeConnick, I think.
Kelly Sue DeConnick, yeah.
My goodness. It's so silly letting your and you know, you always, these people are an inch deep. I see them on Tim Pool all the time where they'll bring a liberal in and Pool will start to quiz them on, you know, what do you use to base that opinion on? It's like they've got no idea. You know, it's like they don't have any solid notion about or foundation of why it is they believe what they believe. You know, it's like why do you think this way? You know, tell me something. You know, and they never do.
Well, my whole thing is, like, it's not good business to go out there and tick off the fan. I mean, if these people are going to buy your comic books, or they're going to watch your movie, or go watch your show, the one thing you don't want to do is go and alienate them. You don't want the fan base off, and you know.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care what a fan of the Black Cricket does, or how they vote, or what.
There is a personality though that is looking to mix it up because they are unhappy, and that's the case of that lawyer that wanted to get in a fight.
Oh yeah, a lot of people are angry.
And it's like there are angry, unhappy people out there.
Yeah, that's why I carry too.
That will.
Well, that's me. You can tell I'm just furious right now.
Yeah.
I'm boiling over rage, and
that explains all the puns.
It does. No, actually, I will call you on that because I've never seen an angry person ever pun. Angry people they don't have the wherewithal.
No.
Dan, that was a joke.
Yeah, I know it was too. But you didn't present it as a pun, though. I think that threw us.
I was gonna. I'm working through the limerick in my head.
Yeah.
Are we doing dirty limericks? Because I got
no.
I got a Lulu if you want.
I'm sure Dan has plenty of limericks not suitable for
There once was a girl named Lulu who knew what.
I got the wording. Introducing phase. Will Black Cricket survive him? There you go. It's perfect.
How about Black Cricket touched by a villain?
I like it.
Where did Faze touch you?
Ah, there you go. I like that.
Can Black Cricket survive the bad touch?
I may put a word balloon on here.
Say what?
I may put
That's my Black Cricket's one. Say what?
I may put a word balloon on here.
Touch.
Maybe Black Cricket going, my heart.
What heart? Yeah.
I can't. I haven't professed my love for my.
The only problem I don't like about this is his pose is very static.
What about?
Well, you gotta.
How about tilting it where you've got it like at an angle and Black Cricket, you got Black Cricket and Faze at an angle.
I'm about to think about this.
You probably need to get the toys out and kind of do some posing and looking at them and a little preliminary thinking on
I'm
that sort of thing.
Think about this.
But I do like the idea. I figured this is good because you get to see Black Cricket and Faze at the same time. So that's good.
Well, they were going to be. I may flip it over and finish that one.
Hey, guys, we have been at it an hour. I can't believe it. I've had such a good time. Almost
had a good
stroking
time.
out.
Oh,
in terms of like talking to people, I guess. Didn't do too good a job. Of course, I was drawing.
You were drawing.
Mm-hmm.
We'll sign off and then we'll talk, Ellis.
Oh, okay.
I'll
Scott's going to tell me how highly insulted he was by that notion about that hand needing to be larger. Okay, hey, I know you made that one bigger. Is that bigger? Okay,
that's bigger.
Okay, hey Dan.
Yes, sir.
Dan won't be kicked off.
He can be part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can broadcast.
We are ending the stream, folks. Bye.
See you, folks.